think there were a number of factors that we needed to satisfy. Firstly, there was speed of build. Secondly, there was a safe operation. There were issues with masonry build, with the very tall blockwork gables, which there had been a number of collapses. And I think the other thing was to reduce scaffolding costs, to create a single solution.
What we've done is actually taken the truss out of the scenario and manufactured cassettes that drop on as you would a cassette floor. The main benefit is actually that you don't get onto the roof from a health and safety point of view, but also speed. You're dropping in large sections that give you a watertight building. Before the press roof arrives on site, it is sequentially loaded onto trailers at the factory prior to being delivered. This ensures the press roof cassettes can be lifted into position in the correct sequence. Separating timber bearers are fitted in between the stacks, allowing for easy placement of the crane straps. The slinger at ground level will ensure all the lifting straps are fed under the top cord of the bottom press web of the stack. Once the straps are fitted, the cassettes are lifted from the vehicle and placed at ground level. The press roof system has been designed to be installed on both timber frame and masonry built structures. All press roofs have an easy to follow installation drawing, and this should be referred to as the installation progresses. If the installation is built on masonry, it is important that all the wall plates must be line and level and all dimensions checked prior to any lifting. Assembly begins with the gable panel installation. These must be installed straight, plumb and securely braced. Each separate lift is slowly raised, allowing the slinger to ensure the load is secure before the lift continues. Each press roof cassette is lifted into position using the factory fitted straps. The slinger is responsible for slinging the press roof cassette and ensuring control of pedestrian and vehicular movement within the working area around the crane. The press roof system allows for Velux windows and dormers to be fitted on the ground before the cassette is lifted. As the cassette is lifted, the slinger moves onto the scaffold and continues to direct the lift. This enables controlled positioning of the press roof cassette. Taglines should also be used to assist positioning. Even loading onto the gable panels is important. The press roof cassettes must be installed sequentially in pairs, starting with the eaves, followed by the aperture panels, and finally the ridge section. Once the cassette has reached the area where it is to be fitted, and has been manoeuvred into position, the erection team will make final adjustment before fixing and releasing the section from the crane. It is essential to ensure the correct position of the eaves cassette, as this determines the location of subsequent sections. The erector can access the fixing points from below the press roof cassette, and simply fixes the cassette to the gable panels using timber lock fixings. When the timber lock fixing is complete, the lifting straps can be released from the cassette by cutting the sacrificial lifting straps. This process should be repeated until all the cassettes have been positioned and timber locked. The ridge sections should be assembled on the ground as follows. First, fit the triangular end panels to one of the ridge cassettes. Then, using the crane, lift the other ridge cassette and attach it to the triangular panel. Then attach all 4 straps to one ridge cassette. Using the crane, slowly lift and gradually turn over the section to form the finished ridge section. After checking the section is safe for lifting, raise it to a height to attach the tagline. The ridge section can now be installed following the same procedures as the other cassettes. After all the panels have been timber locked into place, do a final check to ensure that the gable panels are in line and level, and remove any bracing that has been used. And quite simply, that's a press roof complete.
What you're trying to eliminate, especially on a roof, is working at height. What you've achieved out there, you've greatly reduced working at heights. You're not walking across trusses, or you literally have got edge protection in front of you at each stage of the build.
I think what you've got with that design is a system where you can put the roof up in a very, very safe manner at a reduced time scale as well, which is also important to us.